The usual video changes from Milky Way wankers to another political ad. A human stands in the middle of the screen with the United Territories of the Milky Way flag behind them. Hello, I am Freadrick, and am here to tell you a story that we all know, the story of our republic. I have the instinct to skip the ad as soon as the prompt comes up, however. I'm bored, it's the weekend, and I have nothing better to do. I sit back in my chair and get comfortable. 1,000 years ago to the month humanity was introduced to what was the chaotic state of the Milky Way at the time. Surrounded on two sides, the Ulons and the Wilvians are only being kept around as a buffer state. We were used to having to dance for the higher powers' wills. However, humanity was resourceful, always playing them against each other and then playing as the arbitrator. This eventually led to humanity being sent an entire planet's population after one of them wanted the planet and the other one wanted the other one not to have access to more slaves. Not that they were against slavery, just that they didn't want them to have 10 billion more slaves. However, they were okay with humans having them. These people, as you all know, are the Tabaxi, their original name being lost to history after the majority of humans called them that, another common trait of us humans. I wish to apologize for that. I have tried to look up the old name yet for the life of me I could not find it. The Tabaxi were from a planet with double the gravity of Earth and thus had developed advanced construction strategies. The Tabaxi high-rises popped up all over the Earth. Along with the buildings, they improved the human ships a great deal with special armoring and can be found running supplies up and down the ship. The two empires were surprised with the fact that the humans integrated them instead of enslaving, but as long as the other didn't have them, it was okay. So time passed, and the two empires once again came to the humans for mediation. There were some planets that were being disputed in an extremely mineral-rich system. The humans once more played the part of the mediator and once more took up the original population of the planets in the system along with getting a few systems from the government, getting the system to keep the balance of power. This race, the Ulons, came from a system overwhelmed with asteroids. They developed advanced point defense systems to defend their homeworld. They could have cut through the Empire's armored-plated ships of the Ulons, however. They didn't have the ability to shoot down large amounts of ships along with the speed and unpredictability of their movements. Once more, the humans integrated them rapidly into the fold. Despite some friction from the Tabaxi who didn't trust these newcomers, the humans accepted them, and despite the disagreement, the Ulons got to work immediately. The large asteroid of Ceres became the main world for them. They were more used to Mars's gravity, however. They wanted to be closer to the asteroids where most of them got to work, some of them going to Mars to work in office jobs. The rest of them started mining up the asteroid system. Once more, their tech was integrated into the, at the time, United Territories of the Outward Orient. This led to an event where a point defense turret was able to defend Earth itself from a fleet of pirates that tried to raid Mars, earning the respect of the Tabaxi. So yet more time passed, and another event came to Earth's doorstep. A small ship landed on the moon and begged for an audience. The Ulons asked for them to be turned away. However, the humans and Tabaxi were willing to talk. They were from a group of ships in deep space from a world that was conquered pre-war. They didn't have FTL, so they had to make it all the way to Earth from their home over 28 years. This event is now known as the Great Travel. Over those years, they developed advanced detection and targeting systems in order to secure what few resources were in the deep void. After some debate in the parliament, they were integrated and settled down around Pluto, along with the moons of the outermost gas giants. Their tech was looked into and adapted into the ships, and a few of their sensors were put as far out from the sun as was effective along with inside the asteroid belt, where it was used to identify resource-rich asteroids without having to go to them, earning the respect of the miners in the area for cutting down on unnecessary ventures. Years passed, and more people came to our nation. Be that from the, at the time, secret Liberation Society. Technically, it wasn't a part of the government, however. It got a lot of large anonymous shipments and also had its headquarters on Titan and had a former naval admiral as their leader. Eventually, it got to the point that humans became the minority on Mars, the second human world itself. However, when questioned on if they were unhappy about the situation, most humans said that they would rather this than let the aliens die. However, this time of peace and prosperity was never meant to last forever, so the humans planned and planned, slowly playing up tensions that they had spent repressing. It was easy to get the anger to once more flare up. The humans started planting evidence pointing to the other empires stealing slaves, people, money, and the works. This eventually led to them both coming to the humans for mediation. The humans, after a big show of trying, conceded that they couldn't help them. After that, several agents were able to launch a few missiles at each other in order to get things going. The debate on the ethicality of this action is still going on to this day, and thus I will not support the actions of our people. It was as simple as that. The two empires started attacking each other long after having expanded past the borders of humanity. The war raged so long that to this day we have yet to identify which of the radioactive asteroid fields were the Olier's homeworld. Luckily for the history books, the Wilvians' homeworld was left in one piece and is being terraformed. And what came to these people? The people of the empires who pulled the others apart, submitting the universe to an era of reconstruction that still goes on to this day? I chuckle a bit awaiting the response. I know. They are with us right now. Even though there are only a few million of them left, they all have the same rights as all sentients. The rights that I am here to protect. I now press the skip button, the third best invention the humans invented, right behind the UTMW and age ships. I look out the window at Earth, the buildings that are tall to the point they need to be pressurized, and then get cozier in my beanbag, an obvious fourth place.